Welcome to TCM. Ben Mankiewicz, joined once again by writer, novelist, actor, director Ethan Hawke. Ethan, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You programmed The Gunfighter to kick off this double feature, and our next one, Gun Crazy. Turns out they're both from 1950. You didn't quite realize when you picked them, right?
I didn't.
Yeah. And what's significant about that year?
Well, what's significant about the year to me is that it's the year my father was born. And I think that when I first heard about double features, it was from my dad telling me what a double feature was. And I used to go see a double feature. So I think when you called and asked me to pick one, I was like, double feature. And in my mind, I started thinking about my dad.
Yeah.
You know how you do. And I thought that it was important. Obviously, the titles went together. And I think that just makes, I don't know, you need a sexy something to sell.
Sometimes that's all a double feature had to be.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right.
But these two, strangely, the black and white photography is both excellent. They're both short. They're a little pulpy, both of them.
Both,
and
sure.
they're both elevated pulp. And I think that Gun Crazy is a good follow-up because it's so much fun. It gives you, the second movie in a double feature needs to be the more fun one. Because you're a little patient with the first one.
Gunfighter, it's got a big movie star in it, right? That
yeah,
had Gregory Peck.
You got Gregory.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't have any actors that I had heard of. And when I went to see this movie, I was a full-blown grown-up with a 14-year-old son. And I'd been hearing rumors of this movie forever. I just thought it sounded like such a bad movie. I would see people have the poster and
it's just a silly title.
It just sounds stupid, Gun Crazy, and there's a, femme fatale chick with the pistol or something. But there's a certain kind of magic, I think, when somebody elevates a B movie. Like Gun Crazy was supposed to be a B movie, just a genre, bang, bang, shoot 'em up picture. And the people who made it obviously put a ton of thought and energy into it, and they just elevated the whole movie.
So John Dahl, Peggy Cummins, they're both sharpshooters. They meet on the sharpshooting circuit in an insane scene where they wear a crown of candles and they each shoot at each other lighting the candles. I mean, it's insane.
It's so insane, and you can't help it, but you're like, is this erotic?
Right.
I guess it is.
I guess it is, but I mean,
something wrong with this.
But literally missed by an inch. You
They're
killed
dead.
Dead. Yeah, shot in the forehead. But Dahl and Cummings are wonderful here.
They're wonderful in it. When I saw it, I had such a fantasy. I just wanted to remake this movie so badly because it's so fun. And it's rare, that strange combination when something is really smart and is moving you in ways you don't quite understand and really entertaining.
Eddie Muller was sitting next to you. He'd now list off 15 noirs that meet that standard. Gun Crazy, which is a definite noir, meets that standard. There's literally nothing wrong with this movie.
And I think what's cool about our double feature is we have the Western and the noir, which were two huge genres of this period that are a little, history isn't sure what to do with these.
Right, for totally different reasons, right?
Yeah,
some of the Westerns were many B Westerns, but some of the Westerns were big budget movies. Almost none of the noirs were. But there has been so many impactful films.
It's kind of like crime fiction,
That's right.
But every now and then somebody would do it really, really well. And this is an example.
So I'm curious, you mentioned, is that the kind of thing you'd still like to do? Would you like to, and do you see yourself, if you were to remake? Because again, it's tough to figure out which movies to remake, right? You don't want to remake great movies, but here's a great movie that very few people saw. So
that would be the reason to do it.
Yeah.
In general, I always think you should remake movies that failed. Like,
Right.
That's a great idea. It didn't work.
Right.
The hard thing, I did a remake of The Magnificent Seven, and one of the things that's so hard about trying to remake a movie that means a lot to other people, they're just never going to think your version is better than the one they grew up on. They're never going to think
That's
that.
right.
And you'd be way better off picking, some totally forgotten Western that didn't really work but had a great idea to it.
That's right. Yeah. But I think this meets the standard because it's so, certainly by modern audiences, underseen. Do you see yourself starring in it or directing it?
Well, I'm too old now. Now I'd have to direct it. Yeah.
Direct it, play a sheriff maybe.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah.
No, but I remember when I first saw it, I thought Greta Gerwig should play the,
that's good.
I thought she would have been great.
All right, Ethan, let's watch the movie. We'll talk afterwards. Here it is, from 1950, directed by Joseph H. Lewis, John Dahl, Peggy Cummins, Gun Crazy. Back with Ethan Hawke. actor, director, screenwriter, novelist. Thanks for being here, Ethan.
Thanks for having me.
Programming this wonderful double feature tonight. The Gunfighter from 1950 with Gregory Peck was our first movie. Also from 1950, we just saw Gun Crazy with John Dahl and Peggy Cummins. Somewhat beautiful, poetic ending to this. Again, it makes his true character still comes out, right? He's in this to shoot cans and win prizes, right? He does not want to hurt anybody, and this woman he loves to death, right? He shoots her and knows that'll probably bring about his death as well.
But the way it's shot is so elegant, so succinct. They don't waste any time. And the shot is always communicating so much information, and it's beautiful to look at.
Yeah, so much movement too, right? I mean, there's a lot of run downstairs, run past the camera, running down a hallway.
There's something almost French New Wave about this film to me, the way it feels.
No, I think that's totally right.
We're seeing a black and white film that has tremendous energy. Yeah. And that's what the New Wave felt like to me. And I don't know, there's something about feeling that kind of artistic energy inside a noir.
That long scene, shot from the back seat of a car. It's the bank heist scene. We don't even go inside the bank.
How did they have the idea for that? Like, I can't even imagine, I know how we're going to show the bank heist. From the back seat of the car, the whole heist. I just can't even imagine thinking that and then talking to everybody else. They would go like, that's not the way to you can't show a bank heist and never leave the back seat of the car.
And it lets them do a big set piece that would normally be pretty expensive and have a lot of
extremely
extras.
time consuming.
Right, time consuming, and they didn't, and it still has all that drama.
But I wouldn't have believed it would have me on the edge of my
seat.
Right.
They did it, right? That's Russell Harlan and Joseph Lewis there.
It's incredible. Yeah. And there's a lesson in that. And a lot of great directors, Shakespeare himself does this, is that the power of violence happening off screen or off stage. I don't know why exactly, but our imagination fills in everything. The two main characters are so screwed up. And yet the movie itself is so romantic.
After that heist, they're supposed to go their separate ways, but they look back at each other. They can't. To some extent, lets her off the hook in our eyes. Like, we can still go back to rooting for them to get away, even though, they're criminals, right? They're dangerous
and that's what
criminals.
I kind of like about them. By the end of the movie, you really realize, like, oh, right, you're the bad guys.
You're the bad guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, your friends are the good guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Ethan, it's been great.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for showing these movies. I love these movies. I hope people enjoyed them. I think they're fun, and I hope other people do too.
No question. Great double feature. Well done, my friend. Ethan Hawke, everybody. Ethan's done for the night, but of course the movies continue on TCM, and as always, they are uncut and commercial free.
Next on TCM, tomorrow is another day, then the remains of the day, and later, cries and whispers. TCM hits the sweet spot tonight.